OK. Kinney's cab firm backs up his story. There's no way he could have got back to Sherborne Park in time.
That's funny because...
Oh, no, that was another call, an old friend at the Specialist Crime Directorate.
Right, can you two get over to the Majestic and find out why they're lying?
So did you speak to an SCD?
Oh, you know, just someone filling me in on gossip. How is the leg, by the way?
There you go. So how did you come to have the drugs?
It's like I said, they were for Mark. I'd never done it before. But he had me do it with him before we'd slept together sometimes.
And his wife had no idea that you were seeing one another?
No. She goes out every Friday to a salsa night with her mates. That's usually when we were together.
Sarah, do you know where he used to score the cocaine?
No. But I know where he stashes it. In fact, I have access to it.
Would you be willing to help us catch him?
Sergeant Stone, can I have a word, please?
Stay where you are. Back in a minute.
Are you trying to wind me up, or do you just think I'm stupid? Do you think that you're better than everyone around here or something? So you feel you can just make up your own rules, your own job description?
I was sticking with the case and there was another call out.
Yeah, the case that I never wanted you on in the first place.
Sergeant Wright was knackered. She wanted to be on custody. I just didn't see the logic in her going to the...
Bald. You didn't care about the logic, because if you did, you'd have called me and you'd have cleared it. So I'll have you back on custody, just like you were tasked.
I'm just making a breakthrough with that girl.
Oh, well, congratulations. It's only taken you all day to wrap up a possession charge.
There's more to it than that. That employer's taken advantage of her. They're having an affair and that coke was his. Now, I reckon that Mark Turner could be a dealer.
You know, I've heard this one a million times before. Affair, betrayal, break-up, revenge. Custody. Do not make me tell you again.
Yes, sir.
Leela, can you make sure this young lady's got everything that she wants and then show her out of the station, please?
Sir.
Thank you.
Sorry, Sergeant. I just didn't remember meeting you. I mean, it rings a bell now. If you look through all that CCTV stuff, you'll see that I bought drinks for a dozen or so girls during the night. It's one of the perks of having your own club.
Yeah, well, this one had a big win. Only £1,000.
Well, exactly. I don't see that kind of money walking out the door. You know, so I make them feel a bit special. Buy them some drinks, make them feel like they're on a roll, and then get them back to the tables.
And that's all you talked about? You didn't order her a cab?
No, I didn't call her a cab. I want to keep them in here. I don't want them going home with my money.
She looks vaguely familiar, but like I said, this bar's a madhouse after 11 o'clock.
She was drinking champagne. You get a lot of that, do you?
Well, we don't exactly cater for the brown ale types. You know, that's why I took this job. I thought I'd be serving the perfect drinks to the perfect customers. People with a bit of class.
You were in very early stay. Did you work long hours?
I prefer the day shift. They get even worse in here after midnight.
So that's when you finish?
Whenever I can.
And you don't remember this woman asking you to call her a cab?
No. Sorry.
OK.
Right, this is Billy serving Tina at the bar. Look how he turns his back away from the camera angle. It's the perfect opportunity to spike her drink.
The Campbell claims that either the front desk or Dreyfus would call cabs for clients. But here we've got an image of him using his mobile phone at exactly the same time that the cab company received an unregistered call for a car to the Majestic.
Louis Dreyfus provided us with a list of the staff rotas. Now, Billy clocked off at midnight last night and on the night of the previous attack. If he's calling cabs for the victims, he'll have their addresses. All he has to do is drive over there and wait for them with their winnings.
He's also got a big attitude problem about clientele at the Majestic, Gov. He thinks he's too good for the place.
Now, do we have any news from Uniform on the possible stab victims?
Yeah, well, they're going through the lists from the hospital, but it's slow going. With your permission, Gov, we'd like to catch him at it. Send someone in undercover, you know, playing the big winner. See if he takes the bait.
Yes, let's set something up. I think the first victim got off lightly, and if Tina Wilson's injuries are anything to go by, he's prepared to escalate, and I want him stopped. OK, Tina Wilson was found by uniform officers in Sherborne Park early this morning. Now, we know she was at the Majestic Casino last night. She was drugged, and then after she left the casino, she was robbed of a large sum of money which she won at the poker table. Now, we believe this is why she was targeted. D.S. Hunter will be leading the operation.
Right, as far as we can work out, the MO's this. Punter has a big win, goes to the bar and starts to shout her mouth off about it. Campbell spikes her drink with GHB. When the victim starts to get woozy, he calls her a cab, thus getting her name and address. He then knocks off work, heads to the victim's home and waits for the cab to show up.
However, this case differs slightly in that Tina Wilson wasn't robbed outside her own home, was she?
No. The cab driver, Kinney, made her get out of the park when she felt sick.
So if Billy is our man, how did he know where Tina was before he robbed her?
Now, Emma's agreed to be our drunken mark this evening.
She's had plenty of practice.
She won't be touching a drop, especially anything Billy the barman gives to her. Look, this bloke's got a bee in his bonnet about punters disrespecting him, so I want you to lean on him, all right? And you know how to take the samples, don't you? One when you're served, and then another if anybody goes anywhere near your drink. Right, D.I. Nixon and P.C. Noble will be inside the club watching the bar area and the exits. I'll be outside watching the exits and coordinating. And finally, this man, Louis Dreyfus. Now, he's the owner of the casino. He's not a suspect. However, I mention him because he likes to show his customers attention, especially the pretty high-winning ones. So let's just be careful that he doesn't inadvertently get in the way. All right? All right, let's go.
Smithy, have a quick word. Sir. I was just wondering how you and the new sergeant were getting on. I noticed a bit of tension in the corridor earlier.
Oh, it was nothing. It was just a misunderstanding, sir.
Yeah, I've had officers like him before. Cocky, arrogant, think the rules don't apply to them. Someone like him can be a huge detriment to a team. Or if motivated properly, a huge asset. The way I would deal with an officer like Stone would be to give him his wings a bit. But to make him understand that he's only doing it because you want him to, then you gain his loyalty and respect. At least that's what I would do.
Sir. Sergeant Stone. Have a word. Do you want to tell me about this nanny case, then?
How do you mean, sir?
Well, you told me that you were about to make a breakthrough, and I was wondering what it was.
Right. Well, Sarah's just starting to wake up to this guy, to what he really is. She claims to have access to his stash, and I was thinking that if we push her a bit, she might agree to help us with a sting.
Well, how much coke are we talking about?
Not sure, but it's got to be more than a few grams by the sounds of it. I think Turner's a dealer. He's a slick city type who's using this girl, and I'd do him for half a spliff if I could.
All right. We'll do it. Nikki can cover custody. She might as well. She's been doing it most of the day. You and me, we're going to do the sting.
Yeah?
Yeah. Dad, where's Sarah Miles?
I just gave her the rest of her stuff from the IRV.
Go and get her back in here. Interview room. Thanks for coming back in, Sarah.
It's fine. The PC found me somewhere to stay tonight, but I wasn't in any hurry to get there.
Well, Sergeant Stone's filled me in on your situation, and it sounds to me like Mr. Turner, well, he's been a bit dishonourable.
I just didn't know how to say no to him. It's my fault.
What worries me is that you've taken the blame for the drugs found in your room. You do know that a drugs conviction is going to stay with you for life, and that any future employer will have access to that information. I just don't think that that's fair, do you?
No. But it doesn't seem like I have a choice.
The thing is, if we can prove that those drugs are part of a bigger stash and that that stash belongs to Mr. Turner, that could prove your innocence.
Sarah, you said earlier you had access to his stash. All we need is to catch Mark returning to his stash. It's that simple. You don't owe him any favours. He's happy to let you take the rap for drugs that belong to him. He hasn't stuck up for you at all.
No, it's not that. The stash has moved.
What do you mean?
He used to keep it in my bedroom, in my suitcase.
Has Mark called you yet to get his coat back?
He's left 3 messages already, but I haven't replied yet. I was just going to get rid of it. You know, teach him a lesson.
How would you feel about seeing him again, knowing that we were following you?
You clear your name and teach him a lesson.
But I don't hate him. I don't want him to be locked up.
Sarah, it's either you or him. And at the moment, he's more than happy for it to be you.
Multiplied by now. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I know. You didn't expect an academic evening.
All in position.
All set here. Now we just wait.